welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm Mary Trimble here with your readings for September the 10th through September the 16th. And if you haven't been here before, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I really hope that you enjoy these readings and that you'll come back again and again. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for watching and sharing and commenting. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Now, I'm sorry, my nose always itches on these readings. And that's spirit letting me know that they're here. So, I start with it. For those of you who haven't been here before, I do start with an astrological report. I will be changing the format shortly. I usually do one intro and I put it on before every video, and you can skip that if you're checking your sun, moon and rising. First of all, these are general readings, guys. So if you would like a personal reading, click on this link here. And that will give you information about a personal reading. These readings offer your sun, moon and rising, and you can also, look, I'm on Instant Go. You can ask questions 24 hours a day and for not very much money. And I'm also on Patreon, another way to give back. So you can click on this link right here for Patreon. And I post things on Patreon that I don't post anywhere else. So, you know, and also there are different tier systems. So check that out. Anyway, just take a look. Now, the astrological, so I put the astrological report, and the new format that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do an astrological reading for each sign. And I will be putting, it'll be more individualized. But I probably won't be able to get that done till October. And as most of you know, that my mum is getting ready to transition. She's getting closer and closer. She's been moved out of a care home and into a nursing home. She was in the hospital for a bit. So, you know, it's a roller coaster ride emotionally for me. So you have to bear with me if things are a bit late sometimes, or, you know, I may have to run off to England, you know, at the drop of a hat. So I just wanted to let you be aware of that. Now, the astrological report for the week. On the 10th, Mars moves into Aquarius. What does that mean for us? Well, it means that the energy that's going to be available to us is we could kind of jump to conclusions. Before we hear the whole story, we kind of judge things and jump on the bandwagon, and it's hard for us to let go. And on the other hand, you know, Mars is a get up and go. It's action oriented, right? And Aquarius is very balanced and, you know, always looking at every side and every option. So Mars is a little bit kind of slowed down somewhat, but the good news is when you get, you know, Aquarius is ruled by the mind. So if you get these ideas, Mars will get on it and get it finished. So that's a good thing. Now, on the 11th, the Sun is in a really nice relationship and aspect to Jupiter. Now, this is very positive energy, very exciting, very optimistic. It's energizing. You're going to feel energized and very positive about things. So it's a lovely energy. And then on the 12th, Jupiter is in a really nice relationship to Pluto. And that is like determination and powerful. And so we can kind of discover our power and develop it on that day. Oh, there we go, itching again. And then on the 16th, there's a lot more happening, but I want to try to keep these intros, these astrological reports as short as possible, because I've had some complaints. Everyone complains. Now, Mercury is in a lovely relationship with Jupiter, and that's on Sunday, on the 16th. And what does that mean? That means we could get big, brilliant ideas, right? Because Mercury is, and communication, we'll really have, it's really nice to be out and in conversation with people, and because we'll have the gift of the gab, if you know what I mean. We'll be able to express ourselves and we'll be engaging, and that's the kind of energy that we'll have, and we'll get these brilliant ideas. So it's really a good time to kind of meditate at the beginning of the day, so you can quieten your mind and you can really you know, recognize those ideas, and so that's very exciting. A wonderful, Jupiter's playing a big role this week. So Jupiter is all about expansion, optimism. It's a, you know, it's a beautiful planet, and now, on the other hand, on the other spectrum of it, its shadow side, it can be about addiction. So I would say keep your focus on the positive, because that will expand. So I think it's a really good time to keep your thoughts positive and, you know, make long-term optimistic plans. That's what I would do. That's what I'm going to do. So without further ado, let's go to your card, shall we? Hello Pisces, and welcome to your reading for September the 10th through September the 16th. And the first card out for you is the Six of Cups, darling. This makes me think that you're kind of spending a little time in the past. You're emotionally tied to the past right now. You're thinking of perhaps things, it's almost like you have rose-colored glasses when you look at the past, and you're saying, oh, but when I was younger, things were so much better, and things were, you know, it was an innocent time, and it's almost like you want to go back there, right? It's like somebody wanting to go back in the womb, right? It's not possible. And also, nothing is nothing is quite how we remember it. I can think of a few examples, but one of them was I had dated someone when I was a teenager, and then rediscovered them many years later, or they contacted me on Facebook, and we started this romance all over again, long distance, and we were backwards and forwards from England to America. And eventually I remembered why the relationship ended in the first place. So sometimes our memories can play tricks on us. And so I mention that because when the Six of Cups come up, you see, look, happy childhood, things like that. But it's not necessarily, things weren't necessarily better in the past. And I always think that when that card comes up, we need to come back into the present moment and not spend so much time in, you know, in lamenting over the past. Now, clarifying it is the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is like, I feel that perhaps there's something in your past that you have been trying to heal from, and it's been a battle. Perhaps you're avoiding it some days, you're getting into it other days, but the Nine of Wands is saying, look, retreat from this, right? Give yourself some time to heal your wounds, and then get back in. This is not a time to give up. So I feel that whatever you're going through right now is making you want to kind of avoid. And so avoid whatever it is that you're going through now, and you are just living in your head and in emotions in the past. You want to kind of give up on what's happening in your, whatever situation is going on right now for you, Pisces. It's making you want to kind of give up and just just let everything go. But this, the Nine of Wands is saying, don't do that. It's almost like you've been in battle for a long time and it's been an uphill climb. It's been very difficult. And so it's easy to kind of, you know, be in the past and lament about the past and how great it was in the past. But it was just as much a struggle back then. This is the thing. Remove yourself from the situation for a bit. Get some perspective on it. And rejuvenate, rest and rejuvenate, and then go back in and start. Don't give up. That's what the message here is. Don't give up. It's not the time to give up. Hold on. Forgot the light. The next card up for you is the Seven of Cups. There are so many opportunities here for you, Pisces. There's so much to choose from. I really am getting that you need to kind of take a minute. I think that your mind is kind of playing tricks on you and you're dreaming. And this is about, look at all these choices. Look at all the opportunities that you have and all the options that you have. I really, really think, especially with number 7, is to go inward, you know, meditate. Because you might be thinking that you're in meditation, but you're actually dreaming. And that's, you know, Pisces and Neptune, right? This is what, you know, it's often a dream world to try not to deal with what's going on right now. Even though you are kind of dealing with it, you kind of want to give up. But this is about making a choice, really making a clear choice of where you're going. And you do have plenty of options. And clarifying it is the Knight of Pentacles. Now, he's known as the Green Knight. He's in, look, knights are about movement, but look, he's kind of standing still, right? What he's doing is he's stepping back and he's really surveying the land before he makes his next move. He's ready to go and defend, and he's honorable, and he's ready to go into battle. But he's kind of making, he's going to make a very intelligent decision. He moves forward strategically and methodically. He doesn't rush into anything. So look, everything about this reading, I'm going to go on. Everything about this reading is saying don't rush, hold back a bit, but move forward strategically and methodically. And you've got the Ace of Swords, right? The Ace of Swords is coming in, darling. The blocks are going to be removed. This is like brilliant ideas that have kind of had a hard time getting off the ground, right? So that sometimes, look, the Ace of Swords is there. It's a brilliant start, but they're kind of putting roadblocks up saying, wait, it's almost like Saturn, right? The planet of lessons. Yes, Saturn wants you to succeed, but don't go this way because that's not good for you. Saturn's going to put up roadblocks so that you take a different road that's much better and going to get you further without any problems later on. So that's what this is. And also, I think this, I look at the Ace of Swords as the Ganesh of the tarot, right? The remover of obstacles. There are some obstacles in your path right now that you need to kind of take a look at and move in a little bit of a different direction, Pisces. Clarifying the Ace of Swords, you've got the Hanged Man. This guy's just hanging there, almost like in a yoga pose, right? And he's hanging there. He's not doing anything. He's not hurt. He's hanging there with his foot, right? By his foot. And he's going to survey the land. No, not survey the land. That's what the Knight of Pentacles is doing. He's going to hang about, right? And then he's going to take a look at the situation from a different point of view. This is a pause. This can mean that you've got a pause in action. I have a feeling that things are kind of slowed down for you. You want to go further, but things have slowed down. And in that slowing down, you want to just give up, right? Because you can't seem to get to where you want to go. Well, this reading is saying, embrace that moment, that pause in action, embrace it, and take that time to look at your situation. Back off from the way you're going to do it and come at it from a different point of view. You're going to see other ways of doing it. But you can't do it when you want to rush forward and you're on that train, right? And the train's stuck and you're like, no, I've got to move it. And it's almost more work. So this is saying, okay, step back. Maybe there's a horse and cart going by. Take a look out the window. You might be able to get on that. And that's going to get you there quicker than this fast train, because the fast train's got trees over it and it can't move. And it's going to take a lot longer to remove that. So in the meantime, the horse and cart, which is going slower, will get you there faster. It's that kind of thing. So look at the other options, Pisces. This is saying be open to other ways and means to get what you want or where you're going. So take a step back so that you can see the bigger picture, because it's almost like you see one way, right? And that the frustrations of that journey, it makes you want to give up and just sit there and say, forget it. I'm just going to go into my head and dream about what it was like. It was so much easier in the past. No, come out of that and move forward. Pisces, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to like this video, share it on your social media, comment, and I love comments and feedback. That feeds my soul and it gives me a chance to interact with you guys. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. For a personal reading with Mary, go to www.liveinthesolution.com.